Cool guys, so today we're gonna start with React Router and then we're gonna mostly do exercises for the rest of the class. Has anyone of you worked with React Router or any kind of routing before?
Yeah, I tried in the first project. You gave us to write about profile.
Yeah.
There was routers and it was a little bit confusing.
True, but was it a lot of code? Was it complex?
Not that much, but I think it needs some clarifications. I went and I was reading something in advanced. It was in advanced part of React.
Yeah.
So some I couldn't pick because I thought it's the key you put on one file, then you refer it to another. But it was a little bit confusing somehow.
We're gonna try to go very simple with it and just try it around. You guys tried it before?
Yeah, I tried a little bit. You turn the URL you want to visit, the URL you use router. I know how to apply it, but I cannot create it.
Cool. So I read this article. I actually haven't worked with it personally before, but I read this documentation from the official React Router, and I actually found it a little bit confusing. So the documentation is not that much. So all of this is just the API, everything you can do with it, and that's not much at all. And then the documentation itself and how to use it. But to get started with it, you don't actually have to read everything to build something. So I tried to find another article that would get us started with it, and I found this to be really nice, just to the point. And if you guys want to take a look at it later, React Router version 4, the complete guide. And with you guys, you were using React Router version 3, the library. So if you try to use this with React Router version 3, it's not going to work. So if you want to make this work, you have to go to the official documentation and check how to upgrade from version 3 to version 4. And I would prefer just start from scratch. So if you have the components, you could just build a new router for it to help you with that as well. So routing in the client side, it is basically just when the client or the user enters a URL, you want to render something for this URL, and you want the user to be able to navigate through pages. So if you're in the home page, you want to display something or multiple components, and when you go to another page, you want to display something else. So in the app we're going to build today, we're going to start with maybe a home page, maybe we're going to have an about page. Then we're going to have the /users, and /users is going to have a list of users, and then we want to click on any user. You want to go to another page. It's basically another component that renders this user details. So this is a way to navigate in the browser the way you do with HTML pages. We can start very simple and just have a root, and a root is the thing in the URL. Like if you have localhost 3000 / is the root. Yeah, so / is one of the root, and you could say / when the user enters / React Router would render app.js, which is the default thing. When the user enters / users, then you would render another component that is users, which renders the list of users. And then you could have links that when the user clicks on, it would redirect, and you would have some other functionality to render multiple components in the same page under the same route, and have some complex stuff. But to get started with it, to build something, you actually don't need that much. And then when you want to do something more complex, you can read in the documentation and then just do more stuff as you need. So I think, yeah, let's get started. Let's just see how it works. So this is one of the roots. You have root pass /about, and it renders a component. So about is a component, is a React component that will get rendered when you go to /about. So that's basically it. You just need to have some of them with some pages to render them, like very basically. This is just the basic idea of it. You can have stuff like nested routing. So like in the page /users, you could have roots only that appear in this page. We could take a look at that, but let's not start with that. Let's just start very simple and see it working. So let's